Throughout the years you have seen me chop with many weird items. Some of you may know that in table tennis there are long pimple rubbers that are usually used with the defensive playing style. When chopping, the pimples generate a great amount of underspin on topspin shots. But how difficult would it be to learn to play with a long pimple rubber and switch your playing style from offensive to defensive? Would it turn out to be a success or a complete fail?
Otto! Sorry.
Okay, so now I have a brand new table tennis racket. I have the long pimple on the red side, and this is gonna be extremely interesting to try this out and see if I can do any chops with this. So here begins the 1-year chopping challenge. In this video I'll share my thoughts on how changing my playing style has felt so far. One of the most difficult things in the beginning was the basic push.
And there you see that's the difficult part, trying to push with the long pimple. If it's a backspin, it doesn't react the same way as a normal rubber, so you have to hit higher to make it on table.
Pushing with the long pip requires a different technique than pushing with an inverted rubber. So in the beginning, pretty much all my long pimple pushes went into the net.
That just proves how important it is to get like the basic push first. Because if I can't get that on table, then the points are very short.
Try pushing a few, just...
As you can see in this clip, pushing with the long pip feels very different to pushing with the normal rubber.
Ooh!
Yeah, it's different. This is the real shot you need to practice.
This is,
the most underrated and the most boring, but probably the most important.
Yeah, exactly.
I also realized that pushing with the long pimple requires a longer stroke because the ball doesn't grip the pimples as it does to a normal rubber. During the first weeks, everything felt really difficult. It was just very difficult to find any consistency with the chopping. And sometimes having the pimple rubber completely messed me up.
Hey, what am I doing? That was a block.
So used to blocking it.
Yeah.
And as you can see here, having to twiddle the racket was another thing that I wasn't used to. But at the same time, I had never before even tried playing with long pips, so it was also very interesting and a lot of fun to try it out.
Oh! Whoa!
When I eventually started to get a bit of feeling for the chopping, the next problem was that the chops were often too high.
So high.
So it became very easy for us to just hit hard and win the point.
Too high.
So the thing I have to learn is to try to keep the chops lower above the net and also place them better to make it more difficult for the opponent. Another thing that is important to remember is that being a chopper means that you have to be patient. This is something that is really difficult to keep in mind since I have been playing with an offensive playing style basically my whole life before these 2 months. As an offensive player you want to be in control of the game and make the shots yourself, but as a chopper you are doing pretty much the opposite, just trying to return the ball on table and waiting for the opponent to make errors. I also feel like I don't yet have the consistency to get so many chops on the table in a row. So I often think that it's more likely for me to get a point by trying to counter-attack the topspin rather than chop it. But if I want to improve this style, I have to start finding the confidence in my chops.
Start.
Being a chopper, the movement is also very important.
Here is maybe the most challenging part, that being able to move fast from here to be able to get the long shot, the fast one. So a lot of good footwork is required, which I don't have yet.
So I've been practicing my chops with regular exercises for a while now and try to focus on the technique and the basics. Let's see if I can apply anything of it in a real match.
It's gonna be interesting to see the difference with this set compared to like after 1 year.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be horrible.
Oh.
sir.
Here you can clearly see the problem with the pushing. As you can see in this one game match, everything becomes much more difficult when you don't know where the ball is coming. You don't really know what to do with the pimple, where to move and when to go for an attack.
What?
It's just much more difficult than in regular exercises and also shows why you should do irregular exercises in training.
Whoa.
So in short, you could say that it's been a quite challenging journey this far, and I've already several times, especially after playing some matches, wanted to change back to the inverted rubber. It's sometimes hard to remember that it takes a lot of time and practice to learn a new playing style and reach even the same level that you'd had with the previous playing style. It's a long process and requires much more training.
Otto!
Sorry.
Don't return it!
Why do you hit it straight to my racket?
My fault, yeah, sorry.
But I also have to say that it's been really exciting to try a new aspect of the sport and get to understand choppers better. I think it's a very cool and fun playing style when you get better at it, so I'll keep on fighting and try to improve more.
Good.
I call it the
dynamite! The dynamite shot!
Dynamite!